organic, unpredictable, unknown, lovely, beautiful, a sense of fulfillment. This is part of the pleasures of life and not the chores of life.
Coming up tonight on Daily Iowan TV, we'll give you all the information you need to know in order to vote on a very important UI election.
See how one former NFL player is giving back to the Iowa City community next.
Spring football brings more changes in the roster, and one senior tennis player is surging in the rankings.
You can catch all that and more later on in sports.
We're bringing you all this coming up next.
Welcome back to Daily Iowan TV.
Good evening and thanks for joining us. I'm Michelle Nago.
And I'm Mary Caldwell.
A heated debate on a controversial gun rights bill was amended and approved by the Iowa House today. The 73-25 vote approves making firearm suppressors legal and also allows children of any age to have handguns, but only under parent supervision. Many Democrats raised concerns that this law will cause more gun deaths in Iowa, but the amendments made by the House are trying to alleviate those questions. Changes include requiring anyone who holds a handgun to have a permit, and a statewide database of permit holders will be created. The bill is heading back to the Iowa Senate for their approval.
The Real and Beach Party have been campaigning heavily the past few weeks in hopes to be the new University of Iowa student government. And it all comes down to the next 2 days. Voting started this morning, and we wanted to give you an idea on what each party stands for so you can make an educated decision. Fabiola Sanchez has the lowdown on the Real Party.
One student group running for the position is Real Party. Real Party is an acronym for Responsible, Empowering, and Accessible Leadership. The party's platform addresses safety. Some of their plans include expanding bus routes and making it easier for students to use public transportation. Liz Mills, the president of Real Party, says they're looking into helping students after graduation.
Making sure that all students can keep their Hawkmail after graduation. We think that that's important so that students can start developing professional skills and using that email as a professional tool that they can carry over after graduation.
They also want to work with the University of Iowa's Department of Public Safety to expand Night Ride to include all students, not just women. Another part of their platform is focusing on improving student life.
And utilize the other 4 parts of our platform in order to make sure that the student experience is equal for every student and that every student walks away from the university feeling like they are being supported by the group of students that they elected.
This is Fabiola Sanchez with Daily Iowan TV.
And now we will check out the Beach Party to see what they stand for. Daily Iowan TV reporter Greta Miley has the story.
They're not a party, they're a team. That's something I've said since day one. It really is like a family.
That is the first thing Wampler emphasized, teamwork. This stretches beyond just the team's ideas, though.
You tell me what you want to work on.
This is the question Beach Party members asked random students every day to better understand what campus needs. And here is what the party thinks.
You're already in a bad position that this unfortunate incident has entered your life, but we don't want you to feel like you're alone.
The Hawkeyes Got Your Back program to combat sexual assault. This means educating organization leaders, providing a directory, and advocating.
For international students, we're looking to provide a smooth transition.
This means everything from curbside service at the airport to a tour of campus to make them feel comfortable.
Increase support on recycling.
That means painting recycle bins throughout campus to support environmental efforts.
We have a bike share program that we want to roll out next year. We understand how hard it is to start a student org here at the University of Iowa.
That means giving a $100 grant of support for marketing efforts to new student orgs. But ultimately, Wampler says he just wants to better the place we all call home. Reporting from the Pentacrest, Greta Miley, Daily Iowan TV.
To vote, log on to ISIS, go to the Student Records tab, and under the My U Iowa option, select My Vote. Voting ends at 5 p.m. on Thursday, so be sure to cast your ballot.
UISG has been involved in creating a bike sharing program on the UI campus the last several years, but it's finally becoming a reality. The program will start developing when grant funds of $135,000 are released by the Department of Transportation in October. Plans are focusing on where bike stations should be located and creating the software needed to rent out bikes. Once the plan is in place, supporters hope to move the program beyond campus.
Students at Dowling Catholic High School in Des Moines held a peaceful walkout today in protest of the school's decision to not hire a gay teacher. The teacher, Tyler McCubbin, said he was offered a full-time position after substitute teaching at Dowling, but the offer was revoked after the school learned via social media that McCubbin is in a same-sex relationship. About 200 students and alumni gathered in the rain where they discussed the need for change and said a prayer.
For most people, retirement means moving south to relax, but former NFL and Hawkeye football player Nate Kading opted to move to the Midwest and get back to work. Austin Love has more.
A few years ago, Nate Kading was kicking field goals for the San Diego Chargers. Today, Kading is striving for new goals in Iowa City as the new Retail Development Director for the Downtown District. The Iowa City native is eager to get back to work for his community.
The way I'm wired is I want to go out and meet with everybody all at once. There's just so much immediately that I want to get done that it's just hard to get it all squeezed into a little bit of time.
Kading's main goal is to bring better business to the Iowa City area. A business owner himself owning Shorts, Pullman, and the Tailgate Shop, he feels that he is a good selling point for businesses to come set up shop in Iowa City.
I'm invested in the downtown and invested for the reasons why I think other people should come here, which is it's a vibrant place, the economy's good, people spend money.
Even with that experience, being in a new role, Kading understands the challenges that face him.
Me, as someone that kicked a football between two uprights for the previous decade, there is sort of a learning curve with, I can be an immediate help and help move the needle here in downtown, but I can also personally learn quite a bit as well. So it's going to be, there's going to be a lot of challenges and a lot of learning moments, I know.
But with those challenges, Kading wants to
get neat retailers down here that appeal to college students.
Austin Love, Daily Iowan TV.
Mary, it was a loud thunderstorm last night, so I'm glad the rain is holding off for today.
I know, it makes it a lot easier to go to class when you're not worrying about the rain or the raincoat.
Yeah.
So, Megan, what do we have for the rest of the week?
The gloomy skies are here to stay for at least another day, but this time there may be some thunderstorms tomorrow morning. Tomorrow morning we will start with thunderstorms and temperatures around 53 degrees. Make sure you bring an umbrella when heading to class. As we go into Thursday afternoon, it's still going to be a rainy one. Temperatures should, however, rise to about 66 degrees. Our stormy day should end by Thursday night and temps will lower back to the 50s. Our first half of the weekend should be much drier, however. We'll have partly cloudy skies on Friday and a sunny day on Saturday. Sunday night brings an 80% chance of stormy weather, but should be gone by next week. That's all I have in the weather studio. Back to you, Michelle.
As spring weather rolls in, so do the stuffy noses, itchy eyes, and trips to the pharmacy. Seasonal allergies affect about 10% of America's population, forcing those people to purchase antihistamines, inhalers, and eye drops to combat allergies. The 10% is genetically susceptible to making a large amount of an antibody called IgE that makes the body produce histamine. This is what causes the symptoms of seasonal allergies. Dr. Patrick Schlievert tells us why we take those trips to the pharmacy.
And it's your immune system that is overreacting. So some of the things that are done to manage this are to calm your immune system down, to prevent this massive histamine release.
Trees are pollinating all at once right now, so be ready to feel the effects of those allergies.
The Boston Marathon bombing trial jury reached a verdict today as bomber Johar Sarhayev is one step closer to discovering his fate. Sarhayev was found guilty on all 30 counts related to the bombing and deaths of several marathon spectators and a police officer. 17 of those counts were capital offenses, meaning he is eligible for the death penalty, but the jury is still deliberating on that decision.
A police officer shot an African-American man Saturday, but this time this incident was caught on video. South Carolina police officer Michael Slager is being charged with the murder of 50-year-old Walter Scott. A video taken by an onlooker shows Scott running away from Slager with his back turned to the officer. Slager fired 8 shots in Scott's back, killing him on the spot. The mayor of North Charleston said the officer has been fired and the city is ordering 150 body cameras.
The thrill of the NCAA tournament final quickly turned to despair for the college basketball world yesterday. A plane returning to Illinois from Final Four host city Indianapolis crashed near Bloomington, Illinois. The crash killed 7 people on board, including Illinois State Associate Head Coach Terry Ward and Deputy Athletic Director Aaron Leach. There is no known cause of the crash, and the investigation is ongoing.
That's some sad news coming out of Illinois State.
Yeah, I can't imagine being those players right now. But bringing it back to home, spring football and tennis both in the swing of things. Whitney Blakemore and Jalen Sochek standing by in the sports studio for the update.
With college basketball officially in the rearview mirror, football is on the horizon. Early Wednesday afternoon, we caught up with assistant football coaches Chris White and Bobby Kennedy.
That's right, Whitney, and with the first spring scrimmage set for this Saturday in Des Moines, both coaches discussed changes in their respective positions.
Running backs and special teams coach Chris White talked about one of the areas Iowa struggled with most last season, the punting position. Here's what he had to say.
I got to find a way to have someone execute better in games, and it's the competition again is the only way to do it. I mean, we have what we have. We have 4 specialists in our program. One of them needs to step up and perform better on Saturdays.
White also speaking highly of running back Akram Wadley, saying he'll be the new red zone designated back.
Believe it or not, Akram Wadley, in between the tackles, has shown that he can mix it up in there. You know, if he ever gets to 195 pounds, 90 pounds, you know, he's getting there. Every day it's a little bit closer. But he's a special dude.
On the receiving end of things, Coach Kennedy is faced with the difficult task of replacing Cavante Martin-Manley.
Martin-Manley pulled in 52 receptions for over 500 yards in the 2014 season and leaves the program as Iowa's all-time leader in career receptions.
If you look at Tavon over the last couple of years, I think he's developed more and more into that role. Andrew Stone has some ability to stretch the field. I'd like to see a little bit more out of Andre Harris. Jay Shield, I think when he gets more comfortable, has that ability.
Men's tennis player and Big Ten Player of the Week in March, Matt Hagan has been climbing the rankings this season, securing a spot in the top 100 in the country. Daily Iowan TV sports reporter Nicole Ray caught up with him to find out how he's making an impact on the program in his last season as a Hawkeye in this player profile.
I'm a senior right now. I came in my freshman year. We kind of had a rough year. We only won 1 match. We lost all Big Ten matches. I mean, it's kind of rough for a couple of years. This year we're doing a lot better. I mean, we're 2-2 in the Big Ten. I mean, we beat Michigan, who was top 20 in the country last year. The competition's amazing. I mean, there's guys who are now playing pro tennis from the Big Ten. I mean, we've really kind of turned things around. I think the whole program's really kind of turned into kind of the right way. I think it'd be pretty cool for like a team goal to make the NCAA tournament. We've never done it in the program history, so if we could do that, that'd be really cool. I think kind of my whole strategy playing has changed. I think kind of the way I think on the court has changed. Kind of my whole mental approach has changed. I'm more confident now. I kind of believe that I can beat anyone that I play against, and that's definitely changed since my freshman year. I was ranked, I think, like around 70 earlier this year. I mean, that was definitely one of my goals kind of going into college, was being ranked, and for me to kind of accomplish that was pretty cool. So.
Hagan and the rest of the team's men's tennis team continues their season this weekend with matchups against both Illinois and Northwestern.
Iowa baseball was in action earlier today at Dwayne Banks Stadium. To find out how they fared against the University of Wisconsin-Milwaukee, tune in to Thursday's program for the highlights.
Also on the tab for Thursday, we jump into one Hawkeye hurdler's unlikely path to becoming one of the nation's best. Mary Michelle, back to you.
Before we leave you, we have a story that sounds like something out of Stephen King's book, Pet Sematary. A stray dog that was hit by a car and buried has returned from the grave. 1-year-old pit bull Thea climbed out of the grave she was buried in.
She suffered from malnutrition and several bone fractures, but things are looking up. A family in Washington State has taken her in, and a crowdfund campaign raised over $10,000 to pay for her surgeries.
That's all we have for tonight on Daily Iowan TV. Be sure to tune in tomorrow evening for the latest news.
I'm Mary Caldwell.
And I'm Michelle Nago. Thanks for watching Daily Iowan TV.
Have a great night.